The first thing the woman did after being reborn was run into the driver's son's arms and hug him tightly. But instead of returning her affection, the man coldly pushed her away and questioned why she had tried to elope with her ex-boyfriend. In her previous life, she never wanted to marry him. She repeatedly attempted to run away with her ex-boyfriend and even accidentally caused the man to break one of his legs during one of her escape attempts. However, after finally eloping, she discovered the cruel truth. Her ex-boyfriend had never loved her at all. He was only interested in her family's fortune. On her deathbed, abandoned and full of regret, she saw the man approaching her with a limp. She thought he had come to mock her, but instead, he apologized for arriving too late. He told her that everyone who had hurt her had already paid the price for their actions. Then he handed her a property transfer document, saying he was willing to give her all of his wealth. Only then did she realize that he had never wanted to marry her for money. He had loved her sincerely all along. Filled with remorse, she swore that if she were ever given another chance, she would spend her entire life loving him. To her surprise, fate truly granted her wish. When she opened her eyes again, she found herself back on the day before the man broke his leg. At that moment, her ex-boyfriend was persuading her to put sleeping pills in the man's food so they could run away together. Without hesitation, she pushed him away. Just then, the man appeared. Seeing him, her ex-boyfriend immediately fled. Overjoyed, she threw herself into the man's arms. But years of rejection had already broken his heart. He carried her back to her room and warned her that if she tried to run away with her ex-boyfriend again, he would tie her up to stop her. Knowing he would never truly hurt her, she hugged him once more. Unfortunately, the man assumed it was just another trick and walked away in anger. The next morning, the woman woke up to find him standing outside her door. He had spent the entire night watching over her. Her heart melted. Yet the man awkwardly insisted that he was only there to call her for breakfast, not because he was worried about her. When she saw him about to leave, she hurried over and wrapped her arms around him again. The man found her behavior strange. After all, she had always looked down on him for being the driver's son and had never wanted anything to do with him. Determined to change his opinion of her, she personally cooked a pot of porridge. But after tasting it, the man became even more upset. The woman had spent countless hours practicing her cooking skills for her ex-boyfriend, yet she had never cooked for him before. Realizing what he was thinking, she quickly promised that she would treat him well from now on. Unfortunately, he no longer believed her words. To prove her sincerity, she suddenly kissed him. The man froze in shock and stammered that he was not her ex-boyfriend. The woman smiled and replied that he was exactly the person she wanted to kiss. As she slowly moved closer, she listed all the things he had done for her over the years. At that moment, the man's defenses finally crumbled. Unable to suppress his feelings any longer, he lowered his head and kissed her back.